Hey YouTube, Kier Twig here, bringing you guys my Knights of Hanoi Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile for September 2017. I've actually been working on this deck profile for a good while now since Code of the Duelist came out, and I think it's a really cool deck idea. The whole deck focuses around the Cracking Dragon, which is the ace monster of the Knights of Hanoi from the new Yu-Gi-Oh Vrain series. It's a very powerful monster that pretty much takes influence from your opponent's levels of their monsters and completely shuts them down. Like I said, I tried my best going with what we had for the support for Cracking Dragon at the moment, which were a couple cards from Code of the Duelist. So I went with pretty much generic machine support to best suit the monster, and the main focus of the deck is to get out Cracking Dragon and just have him as your ace monster. So all in all, this is a very fun deck profile. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. To start off, I run 3 Cracking Dragon. This is your, like I said, ace monster of the deck. With it, its effect is it cannot be destroyed by battle with a monster with equal or lower level. And when your opponent normal summon or special summons exactly one monster and no other monsters while this monster is on the field, you can make that monster lose attack equal to its level and times 200. To the end of the turn. If you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the attack lost by this effect. So if they go for the pretty big level monsters, they can be taking a big serious chunk of damage and attack loss from this card's effect, and pretty powerful to get over as well. But like I said, all in all, it's a fun deck, and your main focus to get it out is the 2 Tribute Summon, which can be done pretty easily with the support that we're running in the deck. First off, the main card that the Knights of Hanoi use to summon this monster is Hackworm. Level 1 monster. Its effect is if your opponent controls no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. Pretty simple, takes up the special summon of an easy kind of like Cyber Dragon monster on the field, and then all you have to do is worry about getting your second monster on the field, which we have some other cards used to take care of that. And also, Jack Wyvern is another card that we run 3 of. This card, you can banish this card to one face-up machine monster you control, then target one dark monster in your graveyard, special summon it. You can only use the effect of Jack Wyvern once per turn. So the best way for this is if you have basically a Cracking Dragon in your graveyard, you use this card to special summon it back. So it's more like a Aftermath destruction effect with this card to grab back your Cracking Dragon. And also very powerful on its own as well, so it's a good backup card to use. And sadly, those are all of the Knights of Hanoi monsters we have revealed. Hope we get a lot of more cool ones in the future packs for the deck. But for now, we're using pretty much generic machine support that really helps out the deck. So 3 Gold Gadget. It helps because its effect is when it's normal or special summon, you can special summon one level 4 machine type monster from your hand. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon one level 4 gadget monster from your deck, except for Gold Gadget. You can only use 1 Gold Gadget effect per turn and only once that turn. So this and Silver Gadget play the same effect. That's why we also run 3 Silver Gadget. Just the back and forth with this just really help to keep your field alive and active, so you can have enough monsters on the field to get your plays that you want. And basically it works very well with the last backup machine support that we run in the deck, which are the Symphonic Warriors. Like I said, they complement the deck the best just for their tuner capabilities, their special summoning capabilities, and whatnot. And to start off, Guitar is the best bet because with his Pendulum Scale effect, you could discard 1 card to special summon 1 Symphonic Warrior monster from your deck, except for Symphonic Warrior Guitar. You can only use this effect once per turn. So if you have basically Hackworm in your hand, get that special summon off, then set Guitar and use its discard effect as special. You have your 2 monsters made out on the field. You haven't used your normal summon yet, so that'll give you your tribute for the Cracking Dragon pretty easily from your hand. Also, 2 Symphonic Warrior Mics. This card helps with the additional normal summon to the field, basically. So if you do end up taking your normal summon and you get this guy out, like say I had to normal summon a gadget, and then I use the discard for the Guitar to special this, the additional normal summon will come up, and then you can use those 2 monsters you already have on the field to get out your ace monster. And lastly, for the non-tuner Symphonic Warriors, 3 Synthis. I like this card for its banish effect from the graveyard to get back one of your banished symphonic monsters. It just helps speed things up very quickly. Like I said, for Field Swarm, can't go wrong there. And the flip to basically add 1 Symphonic Warrior from your deck to your hand also helps just for those slow situations with the deck. And then for the tuners, I run one Symphonic Warrior Basses and one Symphonic Warrior Drums. Just one of each of these, basically for the fact that if I have too many of these, they clog up my other plays, in my opinion, that the deck can make. And with them, you just want to be able to search them with the effects and get them in the field and then into the graveyard, respectively. Too many of these, and you won't have enough cards in your hand to get off your other combo plays you want. And then to finish up the monsters, I run one Maxi, just pretty much standard staple play. Keeping hands is an issue with this deck, biggest of all, I'd say, so just one of these really helps with that when you need it. And that's it for the monsters. A big monster count, but like I said, Field Swarm, Special Summoning the Cracking Dragon is the big play we got for the deck. For spells, I run 3 Air Cracking Storm. This is an equip spell card. You equip only to a machine monster. When that attacking monster destroys your opponent's monster by battle, you can activate this effect to make a second attack during the battle phase. Your other monsters cannot attack the turn you activate this effect. The main weapon for the Cracking Dragon, as you can see from the card art. You can equip it to basically any machine monster, so come that situation, it's very easy to use. But like I said, it's meant for the Cracking Dragon, and that multiple attack can really get rid of some pesky annoying monsters, since Cracking Dragon will already be at basically 3,000 attack points to begin with, and the additional attacks will take care of anything pesky on the field using this. And also, to transmodify, with the Symphonic Warriors in the deck, you have a pretty good variety of the levels of monsters in this deck, and the same attribute as well and type go for those Symphonic Warriors. You have 1, 2, 3 with guitar, 4, and 5. You can go all the way up with that, basically. Very helpful just to get some of the tuners in the graveyard, special summon another one, and then use the effect of the tuner in the graveyard. And also, 1 soul charge, pretty standard. You can get a lot of your machines in the graveyard, revive them, then use them for tribute or additional effects as well. And one for one. This is for basically Hackworm. You can use it for guitar as well, but if you special Hackworm, discard, get another Hackworm, it's literally the same play that guitar would play, but just for the 1 for 1 tech. And to finish up the spells, 1 limiter removal. Cracking Dragon is a machine type monster, and there was one play where I went big with limiter removal, activated my Air Cracking Storm, equipped it, 6,000 to 2 monsters on the field, and literally went for game since they were both in attack mode, and I hit really big. It was a pretty awesome, crazy play there. And that is it for the spells. We'll move on to traps. I run 1 Pulse Mines. This is another ace trap card that we have so far for the Knights of Hanoi. If you control a machine type monster, change your opponent's attack position monster to defense. Also until the end of this turn, if a monster is normal or special summoned to your opponent's field, change them to defense. A good little trap tech to run the deck just to take care of any pesky monsters that would try and attack over basically your monsters. And the conditions for this card are also easy since you just have to have a machine type monster. And I also run 2 back to the front. This is just for more Field Swarm special summoning, so you always have monsters to use ready on the field. Plus, back to the front with Hackworm. You don't want to use Call of the Haunted with your Hackworm, because that'll basically say, please come and kill my easy worm monster. But most of the time with this card, you want to use it either during your turn, obviously, or at the end of your opponent's turn, so they won't get rid of anything that you're going to, want to use later, come next your turn. And for the generic traps, just 1 Bottomless Trap Hole, 1 Solemn Warning, and 1 Torrential Tribute to finish up the trap lineup and the main deck. And now moving on to the extra deck, I run 1 Armory Arm. This card with Cracking Dragon, if you can get off to play for the Synchro Summon, is crazy. Equipping this and then also the Air Cracking Storm just makes it such a heavy big play monster. It's quite crazy when you can make that happen, especially if you don't have the limiter removal. There was one time I had the limiter removal, and that was just, I couldn't believe I got that play off. It was quite insane, but really glad I did. The damage with the 1 attack alone was insane. And also 1 Samsara and 1 Formula Synchron for generic synchro. This is mostly for the guitar and the Hackworm. If you're in that scenario, if you need to make that play happen, you do it. Just for the extra draw, it could be an additional help. Same with Balmung for the extra special summoning for keeping cards on the field. Same with Samsara. Both these cards play that key role of just keeping Field Swarm alive. And also 1 Clearwing, 1 High-Speed Roar Chambara, and 1 Omega. Omega I like for the not taking up the Link Zone kind of plays there. And also 1 Black Rose Dragon to finish off the Synchro Monsters. Now, this deck, like I said, is the ace deck of the Knights of Hanoi, so your main play for fun is always going to be Kraken Dragon. These extra deck monsters are just for, emergency reasons to have. For the Exceeds, Gear Gigan X, good search, all the monsters are machines, so you can make full use of this. Gusto Emerald for some recycling power. Number 23 rarely ever comes out, but if you have Kraken Dragons on the field and you just need that direct attack option, he's here for that. Also, 1 Leviair for your banished plays. And then for the Link monsters, if you want to run Proxy Dragon, you can do that as well. I just have the Bomber Dragon and the 2 Decode Talkers in here just for a little Link support if you need it. But like I said, you might want to drop the Bomber for, let's say, a Proxy Dragon or Firewall Dragon. And like I said, with the Link monsters, we should be getting some more extra support coming out soon that can complement the deck much, much better. There aren't too many Earth monsters you can use for Mrs. Radiant, otherwise she would have been a great target for the deck. But other than that, that's my basic Link lineup as well. But that is it for the deck profile. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Once again, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and until next time, Kira Twig out.